when my buddy told me about this article where he read that the United States Navy was planning on using Xbox controllers for the new periscope systems in their submarines, I was like, oh my god, I have to see this for myself because that is kind of ridiculous. What is going on, guys? Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. And yeah, I had to read the article for myself. The Navy is planning on using Xbox controllers for new periscope systems in their newer submarines. And the reason why is, it says there at the top, you can see it, they're more familiar to younger sailors, they require less training, and are also cheaper. Well, I would hope they're cheaper. They're $30, for Christ's sake. Of course, they're not using the new Xbox One controllers, they're using the Xbox 360 controllers. But watch out for that D-pad, though. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're using the analog sticks to make that periscope go up and down. Because if you use that D-pad, you might not, get the desired result. And what happens if you get stick drift? Is the periscope going to slide too much to the right? Jokes aside about the 360 controller, I just thought this was really interesting because it brings to mind, like, these submarines, they're hundreds of $1 million to build, and you're telling me that you can replace the periscopes and how they are used by a $30 component? And sure enough, it says here, so it says, a controller typically costs less than $30 compared to the $38,000 cost of a photonic mast hand grip and imaging control panel. So that is what we were using on our submarines. And the reason they're integrating with the 360 controller is because the controls are more familiar to the younger sailors, and they require much less training. Well, yeah, it's just a gaming controller. Of course it requires less training. I would assume, though, that the $38,000 photonic mast hand grip and imaging control panel does more stuff than a 360 controller. Some of this, I don't know if this really makes a lot of sense, but hey, it's the government. They're going to do what they're going to do, right? But, when I also read this article, my mind had a flashback. I could have sworn there was a point in time where the Xbox and submarines were kind of linked together, right?
Fortunately, we have a product for people who aren't able to get some form of connectivity. It's called Xbox 360.
Right. So stick with 360. That's your message if you don't, like it?
If you have zero access to the internet, that is an offline device. I mean, seriously, when I read the blogs and thought about who's really the most impacted, there was a person who said, hey, I'm on a nuclear sub.
Right.
And I don't even know what it means to be on a nuclear sub, but I've got to imagine that it's not easy to get an internet connection.
Oh yeah, how could I forget about that infamous interview between Don Matrick and the Doritos Pope, Jeff Keighley, back in 2013 after the reveal of the Xbox One. And it seems like we have literally come full circle. We have Don Matrick talking about submarines back in 2013 on all the way to 2017, where the United States Navy and Xbox are teaming up to put Xbox controllers in new submarines. It sure does seem like the universe has a sense of humor after all. Anyways, guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. It really helps out the channel tremendously. Subscribe if you haven't already, or if you are new. Hope you guys have a good rest of the day. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video, and I'll see everyone in the next video. Later.